Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Ireland Esports Collegiate Series National Semi-Finals. We are here together. I am Kurt, and with me is Oro Blanco. We are here to see some Valorant. We are excited to see some games as we have Minute facing off against DCU. How are you feeling here?
I haven't been on Valorant for a while, at least in casting, so I'm very excited for this. We're going to be seeing two of the four teams that have gotten the most points over the two seasons, and that will be qualifying whoever wins this match and whoever wins the other match of the other two teams will be qualifying to Gamerfest, which will be on the 23rd, the Saturday, it will be at 10:30 in the RDS in Dublin. So very excited, very looking forward to seeing these teams. Um, after, for me at least, a break, and looking how much better they have gotten.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm just really excited to be able to see it as well. Like, we haven't had our LAN for a while, since I think last year. But did we have a LAN last year?
No, it was played, or was it
Yeah,
last season? I think last season was played online, but last year we did
last
have a LAN,
season
I
we
believe.
did have one last year. But excited to see what we're gonna do here and see what teams are gonna get forward here as we wait for them to ready up. We wait to get into the veto, and we get to see what these kind of teams are gonna come on through it. But before we get into anything, I just want to say a big thanks to Red Bull as the partner of the Collegiate Series since September of last year, and a big energy behind this main stage uh, of tournament. So looking forward to it. Always, you have some on display. I don't.
I'm doing it for the both of us. Three for me, Kurt, here, and three for you in the back over there.
Ah, yeah. See, if you just connect the cameras, it's perfect.
Yeah, just
But
cut
honestly,
out that bit into your camera.
exactly. An important note for the stream will be that we do have neon disabled, much like they are in general game, because of some bug issues. So we won't be seeing that throughout the series. Maybe they'll get the fixes in, hopefully, for seeing them in the actual national finals on LAN, because it's always nice to get them to go in. But we are able to at least get ourselves into a quick veto as we see what teams are going to pick and ban out. I believe also we see the swap of Ascent and Bind, which has changed from our main season.
Oh fuck.
So a
Yeah.
little change up.
Well, yeah, I'll quickly create a new one.
Breeze, Fracture, Pearl, and Lotus, with straight away Pearl being banned out by Maynooth, Breeze being banned by Dublin College University, and we're waiting for the first pick of tonight, and which map we're going to be seeing first.
Yeah, exciting.
Yeah, and Haven, I think, a very popular pick in general over a lot of the seasons that we've seen, or a lot of the seasons that I've casted and I've joined in with, at least, where Haven, the three sites really give you a lot of room to work with. Having the defender side having to be split 2-1-2, over the sides. If you guess or gamble it correctly, you're gonna get the side which is gonna be easier to take. A nice quick plant, and you can get the round underway on that attacker side. And for sure, a tougher defense, although quick rotates. You can get those quick rotates in from those sides, but I think interesting to see of what these teams have lined up for us tonight.
Yeah, and for that pick alternating, that is going to be taken by DCU. That will be the Lotus. So another three-sided map, another I think very popular one we've seen throughout the collegiate season. So once again, excited to see what's going to happen. We then have been banned out by Fracture from Maynooth, Ascent by DCU, and if we get onto our best of three map three decider, it will be split picked out with DCU on the defenders side. So I think a good veto, a strong veto. A lot of classic maps, as we talked about beforehand. There's newer maps have come out that they've slowly rotated out of the pool, and so this is looking very very much like the first year or two of Valorant.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, Lotus, one of the newer additions, I would say, in terms of maps. But yeah, I think Haven, Split, the usual pick for a lot of the teams, and Lotus. I think a very popular map since it's come out anyway. You know, you're, I believe, second, maybe third map that has that tree, those tree sites, really that movability throughout the map as well, and a lot of room to work with for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And also, don't forget to check out. We have both of our semi-finals running concurrently here. So, of course, we're here at Natives GG. But if you hop on over to the Ireland Collegiate, I think we have Number over there, casting, doing it all by their lonesome, a workhorse, doing it themselves. So getting there, going strong as they have been throughout the season. I was casting with them through one of the weeks, substituting in. So great to see the fact we have two streams going on rather than just the one, because it's nice to see both semifinals and how both teams are gonna fare up here compared to what we have in the past, where we have only had one semifinal going on.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. And before we even start, I think congrats to all four teams that got this far and then racked up those points throughout Valorant, this season and the previous season as well, and are given the chance to really, show what they're made of coming up to, to this Gamerfest event next. Yes, next weekend. I am correct in saying that. I had to count that for a second.
Go a little bit forward. But yeah, no matter who takes it out, it's fantastic to see just all these teams working hard to make it to these moments. We'll see if Maynooth can be bringing it up, because we have 3 Dublin teams facing off. Uh, and so it's one non-Dublin team fighting to make their way in. So I think I'm a little bit skewed towards Maynooth just in that sense. But otherwise, I'm really excited to see what both teams are going to bring.
Yeah, I mean, I think Valorant has always been over towards the Dublin teams, and a lot of it has, from what I remember. But good for me, for Maynooth, to also
No,
be
for
there,
sure.
and for all of the teams, I should say. But you always have to try and break through all those Dublin teams and then try to get to to the top of the Valorant games, and then try to really survive through it, I would say.
Yeah, for sure. And it's been a really good, this is the finals of the first year of our ICS Premier Division, trying to do this kind of focusing more on the university sports side of things with continuous play throughout the winter and spring season. So I think it's been going really well, and I love seeing how the teams they gain points throughout both seasons, and then we see them come here to this LAN, and it's going to be so much fun to see who gets there finally.
Yeah, 100%. And look, it's going to be a big thing playing on a big stage, in front of all these people. And at Gamerfest, is you've been to Gamerfest, I've been to Gamerfest. For the people that haven't been yet, there is a lot of people, and there's a lot of fans, just people coming in and watching you play. It's first of all a stress most of the time, and some of these players have never been to a LAN before, so I mean it is what it is, but you kind of have to get over that stress as well. When you come to LAN, you have to come prepared, and we've seen teams go flawlessly in seasons and then go to LAN, and it's just they call it the LAN debuff, where out of nowhere you get beaten by a team that you've beaten twice already this season. But it happens to the best of the teams, and I think we're slowly getting into the game.
Yeah, we're getting into our agent select to see what exactly is going to come up here on Haven here. I don't know if anything. I don't think there's anything too crazy coming online. There is looking like at least a hover for the chamber, which a little bit of a shakeup perhaps, but I think overall nothing too crazy coming out of either side here in terms of the comps.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the select yet, but I
Okay, yeah,
I
it
think
is
I had
swapped to.
issues getting into the game.
You're fine. Don't worry. It's
Getting
well,
there.
actually, it turns out it's going to be a fairly mirror matchup, other than the Killjoy and the Cypher being swapped out. So it's going to be different Sentinels facing off against one another. But I think fairly standard is what we're seeing here. Nothing out the gate that seems too crazy. But I mean, there's a reason it's standard. There's a reason it's good. Is because it's consistent. It's nice to see when people try to shake up the way they play. But for the most part, if it's good, don't break it.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, if it works, it works, right? You just keep doing what you were doing, and if it's getting you rounds, if it's getting you wins, then just keep going until it doesn't work. Just, you know, if A is working, go A. Yeah, so I think excited to see how, you know, how their haven will be set up for both these teams. Killjoy is on the Kurt. Bring me through the lineup in terms of agent selects, because I'm not seeing anything at the moment.
Oh, you're having some tough times.
Yes, I'm having some tough times, and I can't see anything.
Well,
so
well, over on DCU we have Slush on the Jet. We have Sanglo on the Killjoy. We have Drill on that Sova. We have Casper. Casper is probably, or Casper. That's probably the better pronunciation. Is on Phoenix, and Certified Turtle is on the Omen. And then on the opposing side of Manuth, who's on the attacking side, we have Zen on the Cypher, Pandu on that Sova, Y2K Justice on that Omen, Banus on that Jet, and Rose on the Phoenix.
yeah, I mean, pretty good setup. The Sova was always good on Haven, you know. Get a plant, just back up and pop the ulti. Gets you a free round, unless somebody really does just push in and take you down. Then I mean, look, you're gonna have somebody watching your back anyway. So
Cover going out.
I'm waiting.
Oh, you're waiting. So getting into round number 1 for myself. We are going to see Heavy on the ace side being pushed in. For Manuth. Getting taken out, though, is going to be Zen over towards those. They're going to continue to push, though. That flank in from the defenders is going to get punished now as Slush taken out. So the attackers, they're trying to pull back here, trying to turn off that attack that has been gone for. It's now in this 4v4 with a minute left. They are kind of low on options. It looks like they are kind of forced into going A right now.
Shadows traveling.
Yep, and I am seeing the game now, so perfect. Yeah, I'm 3v4 left now. Casper pushing up, trying to get a little bit of info here. Nothing just yet. You might hear the steps over to A. 3 players set up already
30 seconds
there.
left.
And it looks like having a little bit of a stack here, and then the rotates already will come in. Killjoy going on through plant will go down.
Spike planted.
That will mean they all have to rotate and just try to fight out these players. The dart will be there, and Pandu straight up picking up Casper, and Sanglo picking one up through that smoke and pushing through. Omen will fall. Now 2 versus 1. 22 HP and 1 bullet will be all it takes, and that will be the first round going to that defender side.
Yeah, that's
you don't deserve.
and it felt very much like they just choked out Manuth from the start there. It was a 4v4, kills traded out, but they were still stuck towards A the entire time. They didn't really have a chance to try to break away towards C or B because there was someone watching very, very deep, so any rotates would have been caught straight away. So that's why the retake was able to come in so nicely, because they were able to have the rotates in very, very quickly. So now going into the second round, it's looking good for the defenders here, as they're going to have the money unlocked to hopefully be able to take this here, but we'll have to see what the side of Manuth can bring to the table.
Yeah, and I mean, an early dart in to get that info, and already 2 players spotted. the Outlaw does its work, and Sanglo now up against the players. Bomb will go down, and Casper will take out one as well. Still 100 HP on him. It just looks like it's going to be, you know, it is an eco round for the side of Maynooth. And it just looks like it's going to be another round to DCU. And Slush picking one up as well, spraying down through that corner, I believe, in that wall there. And A will be trying to get hit and just plant that spike, get around some money as well, but I don't feel like DCU are expecting this.
No, that plant looks like it's going down fairly easily. I don't know if they'll be able to turn this round around with the weapons they have, but maybe. So far, get a plant down. And he kills here with a massive headshot in. Zen taking out, but Slush once again is good for it. And fighting back, it's going to be nothing. But, you know, they get a plant, they get a kill. From what looked like was going to just be a dire, simple loss, they got a little bit back on the table. But that is going to be a 2-goal start. DCU looking happy. But now we're going to have to see how they're going to face off in round 3. This is going to be a lot more of a challenge on their end and a great opportunity for Maynooth to bounce back.
Yeah, and 100%. I mean, look, they're playing on a bonus now, and whatever weapons they got or whatever ones they picked up, we're going to be seeing Outlaws against pretty good weaponry. And you know, it's just going to be a fight of the wits right now. Who hits the first shot and who's able to play it out better, who's able to set that up better than the other team. And the Omen smoke out early, and I believe a headshot with that Marshall by Casper.
Shadows traveling.
Yeah, now the setup here, they're throwing down the smokes. Or early out into heaven at least, but they've just taken the control and they're not pushing too heavily yet. Just trying to see, can they catch someone off. Getting a little bit of chance here. Oh, the jump spot not going to be able to get taken out here. Drill playing with a bit of fire. But the rest of the map, they're able to get a little bit of control here. Yeah, Zen over towards B is able to pick off Certified Turtle on that Omen. And Sanglo as well. So the rest of the map, not towards A, completely opened up here. And Drill taken out as well. So every single part of the map is falling apart here for DCU. Eventually Zen gets toppled, but it takes so much time. Let me see. This Phoenix just gonna take some steps forward here as well. So they have a 2-man advantage here, and they're taking aggressive fights. So they're really fine for this. Flashing on out though. Horseback. It's gonna take a lot of work to take these fights and win them out. So instead, it's just going to be death. The remaining Phoenix gets a headshot. Trades out. The opposing one has a Phantom now available as well in this 1v3, but the time is ticking, so I'm not expecting miracles right now, but maybe. There's a lot of close angles to be checked here. Paranoia popped in and going to get dropped here. So Maynooth finally break onto the board, just 3 rounds in. Great opportunity to do so here, and you know, just targeting towards A there. A great lurk on from Zen that just opens up the map, and they're able to take apart everything DCU is trying to throw forward.
I feel like that just opened up the round so much, and you know, Zen playing Cypher the usual lurk. We see him not only pick up one and get traded out, but gets a second as well, and is able to keep pushing on in and try to pick off another one. But you know, that really turns around over for them with such an advantage, and then you know that Nisova taken out backside as well. But now into round 4, the info will be heard in Garage. Drone will be taking out Killjoy, and just the spams through the wall, trying to damage Slush a little bit here. But it looks like they're moseying on over to A. Cypher already there, but 2 players just looking at him, or at least trying to spot him out, and they know there's going to be a lurk, and Casper will take him out. Rotate already coming in from Slush. 3 players on this A site, and it's going to be a 4 versus 3 fight here. And this Slush as well takes out Phoenix in the ult, and another one, and it's just down to Justice. Shoots the drone, which will cost him his life, and that will be another round to the side of DCU, if I'm correct. Yes, yes.
Yes, you are. Yeah, so that's a good pickup to get from DCU, but it did feel like Maynooth were a little bit lost in what they wanted to do there. They seem to have the plan to go towards A in the mid round, which I think, you know, could be a strong contender. But then they have Zen kind of just take this solo walk out dry as the Cypher, and he gets taken out, and that just draws the attention there. Maybe they're hoping that if the Lurk Cypher dies, that it's going to actually do the opposite. But in the end, it just means that you fall apart there, and, you know, something like the run it back could have been used to open it up instead. But they lose out the round. DCU take it, and now once again sluicing their way towards A here at a disadvantage here. A lot of utility available. It's going to be tough, though, as they get taken out. Slush got a double out here, and rotating on in is Certified Turtle. It's Omen doing work, trying to get away, though. A little bit of not an opportune use of utility here, and Sanglo left alone here. Flashed out. Good for a Rosev, but trying to stay alive here. And Zen this time around takes it.
Yeah, I mean, the early paranoia hit 2 more players. It would have really helped them out. Site was completely smoked, but I mean, look, I think a good attempt at a retake at least. It was, you know, goes down to a 1v1, so not something they knew want to see when you know you already have 4 players on site fighting against 2 in that early site take, but. So close to getting another loss on that scoreboard, but they bring it out in the end. And it looks like they're gonna try and take A once again, but this time Cypher just caught out. Slush will take out Zen early, and the Phoenix will be trying to take a little more control, maybe fight Slush and open up that B side. Slush is good for another one. Already 2 in this round. He's just walking around the middle of the map, first on B side and now over to Garage. Just leaving the side open for now, you know, giving them a little bit of a false sense of security. Smoke goes down to open up the side. The plant should be good to be put in on B side, and it's down to DCU to try and retake 5 versus 2, so an advantage on their side.
Yeah, but Venus here on this Jet is looking good for it, but Slush again. This is their 3rd kill of the round, breaking it down even more here, and the kills are coming on in. Slush gets a 4th, but it is going to be Certified Turtle to pick it up here. Maynooth try to claw it back after those 2 big picks from Slush on that Jet, but it's so hard to claw back, and you know, 2 men down, even with the spike, you have so many avenues to keep track of, and so it's as simple as it goes to get that retake in. But now both sides, they have a nice bit of ults on board here, so maybe an opportunity to switch it up here, but perhaps not the most impactful here for the attacker side. They're going to need something to work with to make them work from the shadows on the neural theft. A little bit more difficult to use as setup, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, look, you're trying to get something now and then stop DCU from climbing these rounds. And oh my goodness, Certified Turtle with fully blinded takes out Zen. That's the Cypher trap's gone. That's the usual lurk for the side of Maynooth gone as well for this round. And he knows there was one more in mid, so they're relocating a few forces into this B side and leaving C only with Killjoy. But that info should be gotten as well from those traps, that 3rd in Garage. And it looks like Maynooth are just trying to relocate here and trying to hit at least hit a different side. They haven't tried C yet. Killjoy jump spotting in that box now, and it looks like the timing for them might be perfect actually, because Killjoy is off of side and they're already walking in, and Slush will go on to rotate here. And already 4 players on the side, which could be tough. but they are only using, I see, pistols and a little bit of an eco here. Slush with 2 already. Casper with another one spraying through that smoke, and that will be the last player on the side of Maynooth to fall, which will put DCU on 5.
Yeah, and that was just an early pick off that completely makes it so difficult. Zen not surviving even past the first second of the round is a difficult one to keep track of there. DCU doing well. Even though it was a lower by round, it's so important to be able to pick up these and get them confirmed without issue. So playing these retakes out really well. I think the 4 of their 5 wins have actually been them retaking and defusing. So really well done from DCU. You know, knowing their kind of limits and playing around these sites really well to know how to retake them, how to approach them.
Yeah, and 100%. And I think, you know, Haven being a 3-site map is a bit tougher as well to try and relocate where you really need to without, you know, getting into fakes. And once again, we see a C hit. Bomb will go down unless Certified Turtle sprays that box. We'll take out the Omen. Knows where the jet is. They slush with 1 as well, and Phoenix tucked in that cubby will get sprayed down by Casper and down to Cypher. Not planted for him. We'll take out 1, we'll take out 2. And not enough bullets in that Sheriff to take him out either. And there we go. The arrow will have to do the job. But oh my goodness, taking out, what was that, 4 players?
Yeah, that was an insane one to pick up from Zen. Even if they don't get the round, that was crazy to be able to accomplish that. But it's heartbreaking still. DC on to the 6th. Maynooth not finding any success. The last 3 have been these great moments from them. Slush is going on an absolute crazy tear here. I think 15-5 right now. So just taking the fight every single way. That's been working so well. I imagine continue to do so here as we continue on this half.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Cypher lurk in those 2 rounds that Maynooth won was, I think, the killing blow to the side of DCU. And I think they have to try and maybe work something around that. But at the same time, you know, they're picking. Sometimes they're just picking fights one by one. Just how like Rosev was trying there, trying to peek a banana, but just not enough to take a pick. And they're trying to enter garage, trying to enter B, but with no success. Smoked out. They're just holding them so well that they're not able to do much right now. Slush has picked up an operator this round, so we might see some crazy plays from them. And we're just gonna have to wait and see what Maynooth are planning for this round. C is currently left unwatched, but we do see somebody just you know, looking around a little bit and seeing, and that will be the info with that Omen ult, that it's gonna be a C hit right now, and they're just gonna have to wait and fight it out as the Killjoy ult goes down as well, and they have to try to break it before something bad happens, and that will be the garage players falling, and you're just gonna have to wait for that defuse to go down and just, I guess, you know, spray down that planter.
Yeah, just playing it out. 4v2. The defuse is started here and the drone comes on in, but taking it out here, it's just going to be easy as ever. Great push from them. You know, the Killjoy ultimate lockdown comes in, but they get a little bit aggressive. They start to take the fight in the garage window. They get a few kills, and even then Zen escapes away, doesn't get hit by that lockdown, and is able to just pull it off, and they're able to play it safe here, especially because they had the Hunter's Fury online on that Sova, but they didn't need to use it. So in the end, that's a really, really good round to hit. 3 more rounds to go in the half here, and you know, if they win out another one, they can start to break the money out of the hands of DCU, and maybe we can see what they can bring.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, look, the Killjoy ulti is now used. No lockdown for the next couple of rounds for sure, and most likely this half. And Slush hits a beautiful shot, spots the leg of Zen, and will take him out. And we do have that Hunter's Fury as well, so if they get a plant down, they're most likely able to hold something, and Slush just sprays down Rose. Oh my goodness, 2 kills already picked up by them. It's such... I mean, such nice kills as well. And the spray comes in, and now they have to fight Drill here, 2 versus 1, and good pick from the side of Maynute as well, but Casper is already there on the flank. The molly will come in, and that jet will burn, and that will be 7 to the side of DCU.
Yeah, that round looking a lot more in the form we've seen them. Slush just taking the game into their own hands. As you said, they have an op, so it's a great opportunity to take the round into your hands and do something strong, and they do just that, getting the first massive shot. That's again, the second one is a wallbang through the door. And so now, looking strong once again, DCU, no matter what they've confirmed, a win out on the half. Is just, can they extend it further? Or will Maynooth be able to bounce back here? They still, you know, they've had some ultimates online for a while here. They could potentially, you know, make use of them to try to push on in. But for now, they're just going to spread out with this little bit of pressure towards A especially.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is Haven Maynute's pick, so I am expecting, you know, a little bit more of a setup for the side of CT, or for the defender side, I should say. And you know, it is tough to sometimes get into these sites with all these players having such a fast rotate, and you know, playing so slow as well, not making any mistakes, not pushing in. And now that they just hear that dash, smokes will go down, the Phoenix ult will get popped, Casper popping out and already spotting 3 players, and 2 players fall. Venus doing so much work right there. And that is site completely taken. 3 versus 5 now. Maynute with a big advantage, but the operator is in the hands of Slush. No pick there. Gets tagged by that Cypher cam. And now it's a matter of just waiting till, you know, that timer ticks down until you get the round. So you can leave with at least 4 this half.
Yeah, looking very, very well. They're just locked out here. It looks like this is going to be a save here. They're not even pushing for it, just kind of taking their time to see if get an exit if they get too antsy. But that is going to be a 4th for Maynooth. And survive with all 5. So very, very happy to get that and bring a little bit of momentum here. Hopefully trying to get another round before. Get that round 12 on the board for them before they swap sides and go on to that defender hit. But right now, DCU still having a strong moment there, just around the falls for them. But here, let's see if they can make some changes, if they can get it over. If we can see Slush just do some magic like we've seen them do throughout the game. I imagine on the attacker side, they're also going to just find a lot of picks here. They're going to be going for these entries. But here, they're going to be peeking long. They're going to be trying to take a shot here. There's going to be a lot of bodies trying to contest with that. But that is a missed shot.
And another missed shot, and it almost cost Slush their life. And the Odin push from Omen comes in as well, and almost takes out Certified Turtle, and will spot 1, will take them out. Rose is gone for this half, but we still see a Hunter's Fury and an Omen EP for this round on the side of Maynute, with another Hunter's Fury on the side of DCU. So good ult for post plant for sure. And maybe something that, you know, this Omen ult could do, get a little bit of info. The Cypher lurk is there as well, but Slush is watching that B side, and it might cost Zen his life, and it does. Killjoy on the...
Yeah, it's tough to break into the side here in the 3v5 here. The dash comes through, but Slush just kills it out here. The Blade Storm is also just going to cause so many issues here. It's just going to be Justice and not even them for long. Slush gets 4 kills with that ultimate as the Blades give DCU 8.
Yeah, I mean, look, the first fight, I think Slush missing 2 shots with that operator and not being punished for it. I mean, that really, I think loses the round for Maynooth. Them not being able to punish Slush for those 2 misses. Getting 4 kills in that round, if they're taking it out early, you know, then there's not much that Slush can do that round. At least the rest of the team can, but still just not punishing Slush in that round brings DCU onto 8, which is great for them, not so great for Maynooth, seeing as this is also their map pick, as I have mentioned before. But let's see if they can do some magic on the side, on that defender side, and if they can set up nice to just stop these pushes, stop these plants going down, and win out these rounds.
Yeah, and it's going to be early presence towards A, pushed by DC, but then they're going to switch it up. Then they're going to pop over, make it towards here, hopefully draw the rotates, which they did, and Venus isn't going to be good enough to do it here. The Jet falls, and now it's a 5v4 advantage. They have the site to themselves. They should be able to get the plant without issue, and it just looks like it's going to be locked out for Maynooth here. It's going to have to take a very strong retake to clear this up.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing a 5 versus 4, although that Killjoy is on low HP. You're going to be playing it very safe, most likely, and the box is getting sprayed, but Rose just a little bit more to the right, and you get that kill. Start will go down, will get broken, but they know where Slush is. Taking out 1, taking out 2. Just 2 players left. They know 1 is in the corner. Casper takes another one before they fall. But it's just Drill, and he does get taken down. And that retake was something for sure, because, having to play a man disadvantage there, just having to enter that site, well done to Maynooth, bringing it to 5, winning out the first round, which puts them on most likely a second round win as well. Hopefully for them, and then a bonus. So hopefully they're able to close that gap in rounds and stay in this first map for their sake and for their map pick for sure.
Yeah, and that was a really good retake there. The dart did all the work there to get them forward. But now going into the 14th round, it will be tough to try to get any success here for DCU, but there's a team that can do it. It's definitely DCU, as Casper is going to get that first kill onto Justice here. Venus gets one back here. They're able to get the outlaw shot off. So down to a 4v4, but hard to lose one. Any kill here is massive when you're just on the pistols here. Getting any kind of charges here. Oh, damage onto Zen is great as well. This Phoenix is absolutely on fire. Mind the pun. With this bandit right now.
And Pandu as well, lining up this shot against Slush. Rose peeking out on B. Will take out another 1, 2 versus 4 now. Spike was dropped, and they know they're pushing into A at the moment. The Sova drone will go down, but it has to be protected. There we go. Both teammates there, but one with a flash in hand and the other one with a knife. What is happening? Just Killjoy left, and it will not find any heads today. Rose with a 3rd kill in this round, bringing Maynooth onto 6.
Yeah, so in the end, they're not able to get much success here for DCU, and Maynooth clawing it a little bit, getting some success and bringing what they can. But this is the round which, getting into that bonus, we hope to see DCU try to break forward here. This is where they have the weaponry, they have the utility, they have everything they need. We do have Rosev on this Phoenix with a run it back, so it could be an attempt here. It looks very eccentric to, try to get some early info, try to get some early damage, and see can they maybe get an advantage using the lesser weaponry.
Yeah, and straight away Venus takes out 1. They know it's A. The rotate should come in. 4 players already on this side, setting up an outlaw in the hands of Venus and maybe get something here against the Sova, and just not fast enough there. But the run it back will be popped, and hopefully we'll get something. Rose will take out Casper, takes out Sanglo as well, but Certified Turtle picks up 2 with Drill picking up 1, and Venus a good kill before he gets taken down. Now a 2 versus 2. Spike will be planted. But oh no, Rose, you didn't check the second corner. And that will be Casper with another 2, and Certified Turtle with 3 kills this round, I believe. So really bringing it over to the side of DCU. And I mean, look, it was a bonus for the side of Minute, but still something you would want to win, being in a 2v2 at you know, close enough range there.
Yeah, and it was really, really good from Casper there. The runner back got a double kill, so it was looking promising. Not able to break it fully, though. And now DCU really wanting to solidify their lead, try to get to double digits as quick as possible here. But that round did damage here. It came costly. They're not fully, you know, getting everything they want here, perhaps. You know, Drill has a Sheriff instead, but that is a great hit onto Pandu now. Brought down low from the Outlaw shot. And now this is crucial to see what they're going to do, how they're going to break through as they position themselves to look towards B here and perhaps crash into the site quickly.
Yeah, I mean, the smoke is being set up by Justice. Slush wanting to walk onto the site. The smoke, Jet smoke will go down. The Omen smoke will go as well. And now, oh no, Casper, just not enough. But Zen picking up 2 straight away. Justice with 2 as well, and Venus with another 1. And that will be a very quick retake. A very, very fast retake. We see 4 kills fall straight away, and then Venus just picking up the last one. And that is
Yeah, he's just giving a lot of room as the Cypher.
Yeah, a beautiful fast retake. You know, they're not going to be playing around here, and that, you know, still puts Minute. They're not left behind. Still only a 2-round deficit, but we're almost to double digits for the side of DCU. So this is the moment they have to really hold their own when it comes to just, you know, fighting against these pushes onto the side and getting these retakes just as they had. But Rose is not able to convert that spray into a kill, and Zen falls as well, the man of that previous round. And oh, Casper with a spray through the smoke gets Justice as well. And that will be a save, most likely 5 versus 2 to retake that site. And we do have an operator on the side of Minute, which I'm sure they do not want to give away.
No, I feel like they want to keep that in hand. It's only going to be a hindrance as well, really, on the retake here. But that is just a very, very quick round from DCU here. They didn't have the weapons they wanted either. They were onto some very, very low guns. And so being able to get early picks both towards Garage and the C site and just completely crack the site open is massive to be able to get here. Venus set up for some people trying to exit here. Flash is big though.
Oh, no.
The Jet!
3 HP!
Oh, cannot stay alive here. Sanglo gets taken. That operator gets dropped. Pandu might survive, but the costly sniper is not going to stay in the hands of Manuth.
Oh, that puts them in such a bad spot now, because Slush is most likely picking up that operator, and in the hands of Slush, it's so dangerous. We've seen how Slush can play with that, but no. Actually, I think it's going to stay in the hands of the Killjoy peeking onto C. And Slush straight away gets dinked through that wall. Not for a lot of damage, but still a little bit at least. But taking out Venus straight away. Slush, first kill of this round. And now C is taken. It's completely empty. They have it locked out. Smokes down. Garage cut off. Plant will just go down, and
Spike planted.
it's really looking like a tough retake for the side of Minute.
It really is man down, especially it being the Jet. Crack it open. So instead, it looks like it's going to be too tough for them to handle. Sanglo is going to take out Justice as well, making it even tougher. And it just looks like they're locked out. Zen here, trying to stick.
Oh no!
Trying to make some noise with the knife. Has a shotgun in hand. The Bucky, though, isn't going to be good to finish out these kills. And Pandu gets taken. So DCU might have lost their way a little bit earlier, but now they've strung a couple rounds together, and it looks like they are on track to try to take this out as soon as they can. Take the Haven off the map pool and take it from Manute's hands.
Yeah, and I mean go to their map pick, which is going to be Split, which we will be seeing next. Or no, so, apologies, Lotus.
Yeah,
Split was our decider. I am mistaken. But yeah, another 3-sided map, and you know, I think for this game, that previous round, really losing that operator was something that really turned the tide for DCU into their favor. Being able to pick that up and just catch out Venus just at the very end of that round was, you know, a really good thing for them. And now just entering A with that Phoenix ult, and only one player in Heaven. I was gonna say Haven, with, you know, a good pun I think for this map. But A is already taken. DCU setting up, wanting to get that 12th round on the board for themselves. Paranoia is prepared to just get popped and swing on these players.
Yeah, and it's going to be too tough to be able to do for now, but they're starting to open up. Benas and Pandu are able to get some kills here, and dropping out Turtle, taking out Sanglo towards Long here with the operator, though, is going to be a tough one to break out. Drill on this Sova, put wall up, trying to stop it. Zen on the defuse, but they're not able to do it. The time is ticking too much, and that is going to be DCU taking their 12th here, I think. Oh, unless I'm wrong. No, I'm wrong.
No, oh.
That is going to be Manuth stripping it away with 0.9 seconds left. I was a little bit too quick on the trigger, but Manuth were perfect on that retake.
Yeah, but I mean, look, Justice was closest to that defuse, I think. And they just ran away thinking it was too late, but Zen sticks it and I mean brings out the round and, you know, still gets it, which is great for the side of Maynard to still stay in this. And you know, it looked like it was over, but Zen believed, and he did get that defuse in. And now a nice attempt with that Odin, but it won't do any good. Casper will take out Justice, and that's already one player down on each side. So, you know, even back out, and as I say, that Certified Turtle will take out Zen. Venus with this operator trying to get something, but Slush on the top of that box will take out Rose, and fighting for another. Pandu will trade out his teammate, but down to 30 HP, and Venus on that op. And I mean, it's all set up for Long. Smokes will go down. All 3 players are there. The Omen TP is at hand. The Killjoy ult is there as well, and it just looks like it's gonna be a save. And hopefully, Venus, please don't lose the operator again. It could be very bad, but no, they're gonna be over to this the defender spawn. So op will be kept. 2 players left standing on the side of Maynard, and this is where they really have to bring these rounds to a close in their favor. I mean, it's 12-8. You're 1 round away from losing this map, and your own map pick that is as well. So hopefully they're able to bring it back into an overtime for themselves.
Yeah. I think I would have liked to see them try a bit on that retake. You know, they had the Soval to maybe break people away from Long, but instead, yeah, it's going to be 12 for DCU, and maybe this is the round to end it all. Round 21, but Slush flashed out and taken out by Zen. The Blade Storm is not going to be enough to finish it Casper here has taken the space left, and Justice jumps on down for the double.
No.
That is a massive couple to take here, and that is going to be an open sea sight. The neural theft is going to be used to clear them up, but time is ticked, and now in the 4v3, it's very little to work with here. They don't even have necessarily the weapon. Upgrade to that Vandal is going to be crucial, but they're all towards long, and this time around, they are going to pop the Fury because they really, really need it here. Sanglo dodging away from the bow. The lockdown gets dropped here, though.
No, he didn't check the corner.
It has to be absolutely everything here. That 5 seconds is going to tick on down. They're not going to be able to stop this either. They're going to have to pull away. They can't stop the lockdown. The detain comes in, and the time is ticking. It feels like DCU have taken it over the line just with the amount of delay they've caused. And this time, I don't think I'm wrong, is DCU should be on to the 13th and take the map of Haven out of the hands of Maynooth.
Yep, and that is exactly what we are seeing. I mean, just to say, you know, the Killjoy was tucked in that corner in long. We saw Rose with that Phoenix run it back, running down long, but he doesn't check the cubby corner where, you know, where Sanglo with that Killjoy detain ult is about to pop it in the corner. So if Rose just checks that one corner a little bit earlier, you know, nobody else was helping to kind of watch for that push into cubby. So I mean, so you know, a really close game, I would say, when it comes to you know, the levels of these players, at least from what I saw. But just, you know, going more in the favor of DCU, and they're just able to bring it out that little bit better when it, you know, at the end of the game, as we see 13-8. You know, they're just able to close it out before Maynooth are able to catch up.
Yeah, and it was looking very DCU heavy early on, especially. You know, they were able to get so many advantages in the half, but great for Maynooth to fight back there on their map pick. It will be going on to Lotus here, which is DCU's map pick. Once again, going to be tough for Maynooth to bounce back, you know, wanting to push to what could be the best of 3 decider in split if we get there. But given how that, you know, ended with the win for DCU, it's feeling like it could be a 2-0 from them. It's a strong game, a strong push. They really definitely want to take it themselves onto the stage at Gamerfest, and they've really set a mark here to try to do that.
Yeah, and I mean, look, 100%, and their spirits will be high. You know, Maynooth maybe a little not as high in spirit, but still, I think they had a good game. I think, you know, there's a few things they might be able to touch up on before the next game, which will be Lotus. But look, you know, still a good showing from both teams, and just DCU coming out stronger this map. But you never know what happens in the next one, because we've seen, you know, in best of threes, those reverse, you might call them sweeps. You know, a team wins the first map, but the next two are just, you know, out of their hands, and they're not able to get anything done. And I think, you know, if Maynooth are able to just, you know, bring those few, you know, mistakes that they made, or a few more things into play against DCU to kind of counter what they have been doing so far, I think there's a good chance that they're able to take DCU's map pick from them, as they just have done to Maynooth.
Yeah, but to wait and see what is going to happen over on Lotus, we are going to be taking a short break to give the players the chance to, you know, get back into it, clear their minds, and get themselves ready going forward here. So get yourself a Red Bull, crack one open, and we will be going to a quick break.
Gamers get ready. Ireland's biggest gaming event returns to the RDS Dublin. Join us at Gamerfest this May 23rd and 24th for an epic weekend of gaming action. Play the latest games, step into the driver's seat with cutting-edge racing sims, build your world in Minecraft, and drop into the action with Fortnite. Connect with the Irish gaming community and share the moment with creators and special guests. Compete at the highest level by taking your shot in esports tournaments all weekend long, including the Minecraft Build Challenge. Discover unique finds in the GamerFest marketplace, explore Artist Alley, and experience the creativity powering the community. Bring gaming to life at GamerFest this May 23rd and 24th at the RDS Dublin. Get your tickets now at gamerfest.ie.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the IECS National Finals, semi-finals, I guess is technically the title. But we are here with Maynooth versus DCU. We just saw DCU win out 13-8 on the map pick of Haven, which was Maynooth's pick. So crucial now for Maynooth to bounce back and try to fight their way on over, because the winner here will bring themselves over to the finals over it at Gamerfest at the RDS here on the 23rd of May. So a lot to play for and a very exciting time for both teams. I am Kurt once again, and with me is Oro Blanco.
Yeah, I mean, look, these teams are playing for what they fought for in 2 seasons. Racking up the points, wanting to go to the RDS, being able to go to a LAN. This is where a lot of these players want to fight for, and they're just showing what they're made of. So the big prize will be the LAN and possibly a win at the LAN as well. So DCU, as you said, bringing out the first map to a close, which was Maynooth's pick, and now onto DCU's pick, which is Lotus. The defender starting side will be Maynooth. So hopefully they're able to bring what they had on that defender side and those retakes that they had on Haven, which were, pretty nice, but they just got beaten out by DCU with those setups that they had, which were, very good for late plants. And just being able, even with a lot less weaponry, in one of those rounds we saw, 2 stingers, and they just completely take C, 4 players still standing against 2. A very strong showing for the side of DCU. So hopefully Maynooth is, they've reset after the short break we've had, and they're able to bring it back and show what they're made of, show that they can fight against DCU, and show that they can bring this map to a close in their own favor, and be able to fight on split, which, if we get to it, will be our decider, and hopefully keep fighting for the place in that LAN final next week.
Yeah, very excited to see if Maynooth can bounce back, because we saw some great rounds from them. The rounds that they were able to succeed on, they were
Servus.
massive for them to take off of
Fala
the
ti.
side of DCU. So
Who's it?
now, curious what they're going to be able to bring onto the table and what they're able to throw at it here. I think Lotus is such an exciting map with a lot of different avenues of attack here. Of course, similarly, as you said, three sites, but the way you can kind of approach them is very, very different. I find, the way you might approach it is, it's a difficult one. So I'm excited to see what adjustments, if we're going to see similar, because it required a lot from like individuals like Slush to be able to bring a lot of those rounds to a close. DCU very much had Slush on that jet, just absolutely being a monster for the most part in a lot of these rounds.
Yeah, 100%. And look, I think Haven more of a flat map, I would say, whereas Lotus, you have kind of, at least I would say, you have 3 levels to what you're peaking, really. You have that center side with, the real, tuck in the bottom of that pit. You have that Haven position, and then there's a lot of, I would say, levels when it comes to kind of vertical setups that you can do on Lotus compared to Haven, because Haven, you have a few boxes to stand on, a few spots to really play off of, but Lotus, I feel like it's a lot more kind of, let's say, vertical, and then not only vertical, but also, as you said, a lot of different setups that you can have on these sites, and a lot of a lot of different angles that you can hold and that you can really set up on. And I'm just looking at the agent select, and a very different setup to what we have seen. I think the only two is we're actually going to see Slush on an Omen pick, Sanglo back on that Killjoy. We're going to see Casper on the Raze. I keep forgetting some of these agent names, so you might have to help me out, Kurt.
And Certified Turtle is on the ISO. we we do have those, and then we see some lock-ins on the other side as well as the time ticks down. Zen is going to be on that Raze, Pandu on the Fade, Justice on the Omen, Venice on the Vice, and we're going to see Rosev on the Chamber here. So, definitely a little bit of a shake-up in terms of some of the necessarily the roles that some of the players are hitting, but I think still some strong ones. I don't think anything too crazy coming out. I do like to see the ISO. I think the shield can be such a good kryptonite for this, these kind of big plays like the chamber, like the raise. So I think it's always a strong one to throw out with the.
Yeah, I mean 100%, but you can always have the ISO ult can be scary as well when you catch a good player to fight against. Even though it's an ultimate that you want to help you out, it can always be deadly for you as well. So I think I mean, look, you're still having a 1v1 within the game, so it's only you against one other player and not somebody else that can support them. So I think it's still a good chance to take out and grab a player that you're able to fight against. The chamber that ult will also be good. That's for sure. Having a secondary operator that you can just grab out of your ult is always great.
Yeah, it's massive to kind of see, and we wait to get into the game in a moment. Be interested to see how it's going to be played here. I think it's going to be at least start maybe some classic shenanigans of Raze trying to put some pressure down towards A here, or what is going to be done so far.
Yeah, I mean 100%, and I think Raze on Lotus is I would say a guaranteed pick when you go for a setup, because that mobility will do so much. That nade will clear out so much space as well for those early peaks that bot as well. The Roomba, as I like to call it, will give you a bit of info. And I'm actually surprised I'm not seeing a cipher on any of these sides, because you can really lock down a site with that cipher setup, and not really worry about it for a little while until you hear the info from that util being used.
Yeah, I think it is definitely just seeing what decisions they're kind of make. Going with that Killjoy, going with that Vice instead, having these alternate decisions as to what kind of Sentinel do you want to run. But for now, we are going to see heavy presence sent towards C here, as Minute attempt to throw themselves forward and take some of this control.
Yeah, and a lot of utility. The Killjoy nade will take out one, and Sanglo will just get another one with the classic, and now 2 players left jumping through. Doesn't get another one, does get traded out, but oh, that was going towards the side of the side of Minute. Apologies, I had to check which player's on which. But it was going to the side of Minute, but just DCU are able to bring it out and fight the right fight, bring them onto their first round of their own pick. So a good setup, good rotates coming in as well, but DCU winning out in the end with 2 players left standing, and we're once again gonna see a strong C presence. This time maybe they're hoping for a little bit of a different outcome. Raze nade will be used. Killjoy nades will be popped as well. Paranoia will catch out one, and Justice just running through and spraying the wrong angle. But it will be Sanglo and Drill to take out 2-3, and Casper to finish one off as well. It's just Zen left, and it's a shorty in their hands, and they're just not able to do anything at that long of a range.
Yeah, just not able to find any success there. Going towards C once again. So that is going to be quick as ever, the 2-0 start. But now the opportunity that we expect to see going into the bonus. And I'm curious if we're going to see an adjustment, or if we're going to see the same that has popped on through, this very C-centric moment. Or if the change-up will occur here. But it is looking, once again, at least holding to start over towards C. So will it find more success here, or will we be seeing the same number that we've seen every other time?
Yeah, and the early info is there. Outlaw shots missed. Does get tagged up a tiny bit. The fade eye will be popped as well, and Venus will pick off Catsper. Already a little bit of sea control is taken, but it's only Justice in this side, and will run down Drill. Slush picking off one as well, and now a 2v4. Sanglo will be good for one, but gets traded out by Rose on very low HP, and now Certified Turtle might be able to do something here. You know, having the one-shot potential and Slush as well to help him out. They just have to get this going as quick as they can, and one player spotted already, but 2 more to go, and it's not looking great. As of right now, the time is ticking down, and they have to do something now or just save this round.
Yeah, it's going to need to be a lot here, but Slush starts off with a kill here. The time is still ticking, as you said. Venus pulls on over as well as Pandu. They both pick up a kill apiece. And so Maynooth will get themselves back on this bonus. 3 rounds in. It's good to take it off the board here. As now, once again, going to see, can DCU get anything? They're going to get the full buy-in off the back of that still. But it was costly for Maynooth, you know, losing out on 3 members here, getting a little bit dicey. But still able to get it over the line.
Yeah, I mean, it is good for them, and not a big round deficit. We're only, you know, just past the bonus, so normal to see a 2-1 scoreline here, and we're just gonna have to see, will Maynooth be able to once again bring it back and, you know, get the lead for the first time in this best of 3, because so far they've only been behind by you know, maybe a couple of rounds, but still, if you're behind, you still have the pressure of, you know, trying to get those rounds up and claw back and just get ahead of DCU, you know, the strong opponent that they are.
Yeah, so it will be tough to break on it. Similar, again, we're seeing such a C-centric playstyle coming on in. As main is pushed. Gonna break down that haunt. Not gonna be able to get a success. Ooh, gonna be good for Sanglo though. Lets the dog hit them, but they're gonna get a double themselves here, and now just getting cut down to size. Will be Maynooth here. DCU having no issue fighting forward here. Are gonna lose out on Sanglo though, eventually. So now 2 versus 4. Might be able to try to break in, but Slush on the flank.
Oh, the perfect timing for Slush as well. Pops the one, and, you know, that last player, which was Pandu, just, you know, left stranded there and not knowing if to look straight or to turn around. Just gets peeked by Drill, taking out by that Odin, and that will be a 3rd round on the board for the side of DCU. Once again, running away with the score line a little bit. But Maynooth still have to get onto another buy, and it is we see a Bucky, a Stinger, and then 3 Vandals in their hands, so they might be able to, you know, get something out of this for sure.
Yeah, and this is going to be a crucial one. They are putting a lot more presence, at least towards A. You know, they're playing very far back, just waiting for the push, and it will be punished from Casper. The Raze gets a little bit too direct on their way on over. Now that is going to be just the trigger being pulled as they take some space towards A here off the back of that kill. Maynooth looking to keep this down. Try to take these kills. Spam from Drill is hopefully going to find something here, but not enough damage dealt to finish them off. And they're taken out as well. So opportunity now to break into the A side here is Zen getting so much space. And it looks like Maynooth will get the plant down into the 3v5.
Yeah, and I mean, Drill just starts shooting the dog and doesn't expect Justice to be pushed on in already through that door, and now DCU left at a very tough spot, and taken out will be Slush by Justice, and the beautiful double peek helping out their teammate, and it's just down to Sanglo sitting in this stairs position. Rose is spraying it, and not expecting, they are expecting it. Zen will be taken out, but Rose will be there to trade him out and bring Maynard onto 2 rounds now. So 1 round deficit left. Hopefully they're able to, you know, bring it back a little bit and not go round for round. You know, run away with it themselves and really bring them to a better start than they had last map.
Yeah, this is the opportunity here. This is the opening, hopefully, for them to maybe break forward and do something here. They also have a huge ult advantage that they can make use of here. So Maynard on track to perhaps find something strong going on into this round here as they start to take some fights towards C. Sanglo as well as Slush are going to be trying to win these out, but it will be tough to do, and left on an island is the Killjoy, and Slush cannot escape either. Certified Turtle is going to get themselves into the kill contract, but it's going to be tough here. Can they do it? Justice taken out, so kill responded in, but the plant should be able to be put down without issue. And now in the 3v4, the attackers have all the ults, and they're going to need to keep this going.
Yeah, and the first one already taken out. Certified Turtle will take Rose, Casper will take Zen. And what was a 4 versus 3 is now down to only 2 versus 3 and
1 enemy remaining.
2 versus 1 now. They say that 2 get taken out down to Drill and is not even able to pick off the first, and just such an unlucky spray there for them. Pandu will be good for 3 this round and will bring Maynard to a draw in rounds. So clawing it back slowly but surely.
Yeah, fantastic from them in the last couple to be able to get the success they have. They've also broken the economy for the most part out of DCU, so forced onto, you know, some lesser weaponry if they want to go for it, but it's just going to be sheriffs, it's going to be half armors, it's going to be tough. And it looks like an opportunity for Maynard to take the lead in this game for the first time in this series. Massive so far on this Lotus. They also have the 5 ultimates still available. But can they win this out? It's looking strong to at least get them to a 4th here. It's going to take a lot of shenanigans from DCU to really stop it, especially with the stack being on the wrong side for the most part.
Yeah, but the Sheriff picking up 1, almost picking up a 2nd. That was very dangerous. Rose with 1 to even it out. And now, you know, some of these players are hit a little bit, which could mean that the Sheriff will be a 1-shot, but doesn't matter. Slush 1-shot headshot is all it needs. Justice will be taken out, and this is looking very dangerous. 4 versus 3 now. 3 Sheriffs and still pushing in already. Zen and Rose will take out 1 each. Satchel won't do much, and Zen with another one as well. 2 versus 1 now. The Omen TP is heard. Spray comes in, but nothing connects, and there we go. Zen just through the smoke, taps him once, and that will mean Maynard for the first time in this best of 3 are leading by 1 round.
Yeah, they're looking a lot more comfortable now on this map on Lotus, which is interesting given it's not their map pick, but the success is there. 3 in a row to find themselves here so far, and that was just a very nice round here. You know, it was going to be tough when we saw the pistols start to get some kills, Sanglo deal some damage, but they're able to stick the landing there. They don't overplay it. They keep it clean. And now going into round number 8, this is going to be the real test to see if they can succeed going out to the end of this half. Slush, though, a little too deep, can't destroy the Haunted Time and gets taken out trying to teleport away. So that is already a disadvantage for DCU, and that is going to be a lot of noise made by Sanglo here trying to escape it out. Flash dropped. The Killjoy going to be able to take the kill, though, and that is going to be huge to try to do here as DCU taking some deep fights in an attempt to take this back to a 4-4 game.
Yeah, I mean, already a 1-man advantage. Always the caster curse, Kurt. It always gets me. I say 1-man advantage, and it's all straight away evened back out. It's a 3 versus 3 still, and now trying to fight it out and trying to get those early picks, and that nade might just get the kill. It does. Rose is down, but still the fade is very low. Drill on such low HP, and Casper will take out Justice, and it's just a 1 versus 3. Zen will pick up the first. Plant is almost down, and he just runs through, and 14 HP left on Drill. 1 bullet is all that was needed, but it doesn't matter. I felt like
There was a world.
Signglow just saved him by body blocking him to get that round to a win, because that was way too close for the side
really
of
was.
DCU to just lose it. Because, oh my goodness, 14 HP, that is 1 bullet from literally any gun to take you out of that round.
Yeah, and honestly, that round, the big moment in there is Casper and Drill working together there. There was the plant was attempted, but they used the tether from the fade and the nade from the raise to be able to just completely thwart that attempted plant, and it just turns that from an even round to an advantageous one. And now going into this next one, they've made some pressure towards A here, you know, some trading of utility, and now it's a question of what are we going to see from DCU, as they're the ones trying to fight back here. Manuth looking to break forward through the double door, but it's going to be DCU finding the kill so far, looking to take back the lead that they had early.
Yeah, and I mean, 2 already pop. 1, just Zen getting cut off in that smoke, and does clear it, but the bot does not register that player behind it. So, and then the second one just in the ult, the kill contract, the 1v1 goes down and goes the way of it goes the way of Certified Turtle. So that will just mean a a 2-man advantage for the side of DCU, and Maynute just have to try and get this plant down and try to fight off all 5 players right now to get back in the lead. As it's only been for now 1 round, and already 1 player falling but traded out. And it's just bloodbath right now.
Oh, yeah, that was a tough one. Slush and Drill finish that out there. Yeah, they try to play deep onto the site. They try to just hunker down, and especially when the From the Shadows gets dropped from Slush, because you know you're locked in then once the door starts to swing open, and you just have to hope that you can break it out. You're going to get to a quick tech timeout called on through here. But with 3 rounds left in the half, it really is anyone's game. It's very much up to execution right now. But this round is going to be a hugely difficult one, as Manuth, they don't really have the money here. They can invest and go for something, but it's not going to be everything they need. So I think they're going to have to rely a lot on their ultimates if they want to find success in this round.
Yeah, I mean 100%, and the only strong weapon here is the Phantom. We see 2 Sheriffs, a Bucky and a Stinger. It's the Stinger coming through on the side of Maynute, and they're just going to have to work with that, and I believe we're going to see a C execute here, and might be a push. You know, that Stinger up close will be dangerous. 2 Stingers actually instead of 2 Sheriffs. So it could be dangerous, and it could spell disaster for the side of DCU trying to fight this up close. But, you know, we just have to see how this setup will work out for the side of Maynute, because, you know, DCU, their holds are so strong, and, you know, their retakes as well. So I think we might be just looking at another round for DCU, and then might be once again running away with it 2-round deficit if Maynute are not able to bring this round in their favor with this lesser weaponry.
Yeah, they do have a lot of ultimates to break on in, so yeah, they're going to pop them. They're going to get the showstopper on in, and that's going to get a double.
Oh my goodness.
So that's going to be Casper's. Instead, the ultimate is dropped by the side of DCU, who just completely decimates the moment the round seems to get to any sort of action. It ends in the blink of an eye, and it brings DCU to 6 just as quick. So that partial buy gets instantly thwarted, and the last 2 rounds are going to be really Manuth fighting now to bring it back.
Yeah, I mean, crazy ultimate pop right there. picking off 2 players, and they didn't even, I don't think they even gave him a chance to fight. They just popped it. They said this is our round, and DCU just want to keep as much of a lead as they can. And oh my goodness, Anglo jumping up there, Pandu with a beautiful pick. One tap, and that will be an advantage already to the side of. Once again, the caster curse comes in. No advantage. I take that back.
Yeah, every
Already
single time
on
gets
that.
traded.
Yeah, and now Certified Turtle gets 1. Pandu trades it back out. 3 versus 3. Plant will go down. And it will be Drill with another one as well. So a man advantage now for the side.
Last player standing.
Guys, stop it. I want to say a man advantage for the. There we go. Again. It's a 1v1 now, guys. Because every time I say
No
a
man advantage here. As Drill begins to diffuse here. And the spam comes on through, and they see the dink. They see the splash that comes through on the headshot, and Rose is just able to take that out there. And Maynooth are able to get themselves to 5. They're able to perhaps, even out this half. And they going to the last round, they have 5 ultimates that they have just not been using. The Tour de Force gets popped, and the only thing on the opposing side, at least to start the round, is going to be that lockdown, which is a massive ult, especially trying to play for retakes. But when you're up against 5, you have the Steel Garden, you have the Nightfall, you have the Showstopper on the opposing side. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, and I mean, 100% you're going 5 ults against 1. It's going to be tough. You will have to pop it at the right moment, and that Omen ult will give them a lot of info to just spot out who's where. And it looks like they're splitting up a little bit here. 2 players on A, 2 over to B, and 1 over to C, just trying to see and get some info, hopefully get a pick or 2. And that might just not in time with that shot. 1 picked off by Certified Turtle. Pandu trading it out. Back onto another advantage. Pandu picking up a second one for themselves this round. Plant will go down in B. And now it's a matter of trying to set this up, and the Bulldog will win out that fight against Zen. Slush with another one as well, and it's just down to Rose. He knows there's 1 player here, but just not the right time, and that will be DCU on 7 this half. I mean, look, they didn't run away with it as much. They have in the previous map, 2-round deficit only for the side of Maynooth, but Maynooth was only able to keep a round advantage for really 1 round. DCU straight away evened it out and then brought back their advantage. So I think Maynooth just have to show what they're made of now on that defending side, and then set up as best as possible they can to stop these pushes. Just counter DCU as much as they possibly can to bring them to a decider, to fight for that land position.
Yeah, it is important to note that the side of DCU does have the double duelist in position, so a great opportunity to play these attacks, push them forward. As Rose is going to fight here towards C, not going to get any headhunter hits though, so instead we're going to see the defense just hunker down and try to stick it out here. But now DCU can just turn it around. They don't need to commit here, and that is exactly what they're doing here. But the turnaround could be costly for them if they're not careful. It is going to be Zen taken out though, and that is a huge opening to see Pandu and Justice get kills but taken out. And now it is a man advantage in favor of DCU. They're running it onto the A site. They should be able to get an uncontested plant, and they're going to look for their 8th round here on this pistol.
Yeah, and I mean, look, that puts them onto a bye, most likely up against pistols, and could lead them to a 9th round and then a bonus, which we have seen pretty early on earlier. And Slush will pick off Rose, and now just down to Venus. having to try to retake this. Is spotted out already, and I mean, DCU can just take this fight, peak with 3, and then end this round very quickly, but they're playing with their food at the moment. Slush is just spotting, and Venus is not expecting the player to be sitting behind the box, and Casper is going for the knife, and he gets it, and that will be a 3rd kill for Casper, including a knife as well, which will put a bunch of money in his pocket, I would say.
I have some bad news for you, Blanco. This is not Counter-Strike.
Oh no!
It is purely a BM move.
You're telling me you don't get
for the
more
love of the
money.
game.
Okay, I see.
It's for the love of the game. Very, very different.
Okay, yeah, no, I thought it was. I thought that, you know, from my days of playing Valorant, I remember that there was a bit of extra cash, but maybe I am mistaken. It's very possible. Nevertheless, you know, it is still a disrespecting move from Casper to knife his opponent in the back. That is still the same for both games, that's for sure. Oh, yep. Venus does pick off Sanglo there. Slush with 2 beautiful kills with that Guardian. And now a 2 versus 3. Slush with another one and is now onto the ace. Both players sitting in this, I don't know how you call it, long position, I guess. And Slush with another one. That is 4 on the board and possibly 5. He's probably screaming to his teammates, don't kill him, give me the ace. And that will be the ace for Slush. Venus does pick off 1 as well for their troubles. And that will be 9 on the board for the side of DCU. Once again, running away with it from Maynooth. 4 rounds deficit, and this is where they really have to bring it back. They're now on full weaponry. They have a fighting chance against these Guardians. The Guardians, the full weaponry. So this is where they have to turn it around and really break the economy of DCU, and as I say, that Sanglo will pick off Rose, and Sanglo will pick off another one as well. The switch of guns, and that will be 2 players already gone on the side of Maynooth.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough to do anything here, but putting in some work, Pandu, able to get, you know, a little bit of power here and make it not too bad, but it still is an advantageous position here for DCU as they get the plant down. They try to fight as well over towards the defenders. Spawn, and Pandu's taken out. They know where Zen is. He drops down Drill. Down to the 2v1 though. It is, you know, it's planted open so they can sit back or instead take these fights here. Casper takes some shots here. Not able to break out is Zen. They're just going to be trying to stick around here as the time ticks on down. Fakes out the plant, not taking these fights, but Slush will just take his head off, and DCU double down with double digits with a 10-5 in their favor. And that as well was the bonus round.
Yeah, and I mean, look, it's a very tough bonus round, seeing as now Maynooth are on the pistols. They have 2 sheriffs, probably gonna see another one coming in. There we go, 4 sheriffs. 1 classic with full armor. And you're going up against outlaws, you're going up against phantoms and vandals, and this is going to be a tough round to get anything for the side of Maynooth. And the round that you really need to get something in here, at least a few kills, and you know, by maybe, you know, by some chance you are able to even win this out.
Yeah, that would be a big thing to be able to pick up here, but it's feel unlikely. A lot of space being taken and a double heads being shot down by Casper. 5 versus 3 gotten into, and this aggressive play from Turtle finds more as well. Rose brought down 5 versus 2, so even if they weren't on pistols, this would be a disaster. DCU set their sights onto 11 as Maynooth slowly running out of steam here.
Yeah, I mean, beautiful double entry from Casper, just lining up those heads with that Phantom, spraying them down, and now the rush for that last player comes in, and Casper, he can't get another knife.
That would be
Venus
fantastic.
does, yeah, I mean, Venus does take him out with that Sheriff, and that will be an 11th round for the side of DCU, and they're just running away with it. Haven was a little bit closer. Now Maynooth can't find the ground under their feet, is what it looks like. You know, they're just not able to counter what DCU is doing. They're not able to fight against these setups, and just it's not, none of this is in their favor so far. And it does look like we're going to be seeing an A push here with a little bit of C control. Pandu up against Certified Turtle in this 1v1, and Pandu wins it out. That is unfortunate for Certified Turtle. 4 versus 5 now for the side of Maynooth, and they just have to try and pick off this side, and almost picking up that kill there as well on the side onto Venus, but wall will be popped, and it just looks like DCU now not knowing where to go, what to really do, but all of these players on the side of Maynooth are over to that A side, and now the plant will go down in B as they just had a free entry in, and it's just about the post plant for them now. This will put them onto 12 rounds and 6 match points, so it's going to be great for them if they're able to win this one out.
Yeah, importantly, that Nightfall hits no one, so they know that there's no one around here, so it's just about how do you defend now. The Steel Garden is going to be popped as well, so all the primaries are jammed out, and that's actually not going to be too much of an issue, though, as Slush with the Sheriff and Casper with the Showstopper is all you need for DCU. Double ultimates dropped by Maynooth that find no success. 12-5, and DCU on the cusp of taking themselves to Gamerfest.
Yeah, I mean, 1 round is all they need now. First off, picking up Haven, the map pick of Maynooth, and you know, just winning it out, and maybe a lot closer than this match, but still really fighting for it, wanting to close this out into not having to play a third, and just, you know, bringing it out, waiting for next weekend to fight it out. In Slush already picking up Rose, not giving him a chance to fight further, and picking up second will be Certified Turtle. Venus trading it out, and now the jumping judge, Venus with another one. 3 versus 2 now for the side of DCU. Killjoy Lockdown will go down, and Slush is just lurking here. Zen will be taken out, and it's all down to Pandu with a Bucky, so I don't think we're expecting a lot unless he's able to pick out Sanglo with this judge, and he is with the classic as well.
Yeah, down to this though, 1 versus 2, 10 HP. It's feeling like this is going to be all she wrote for Maynooth, and that is just going to be Slush removing their heads the moment they see a DCU win out Lotus 13-5 and win out the series 2-0. They're going to take themselves all the way to the LAN finals, and sadly, Maynooth will fall short here on Lotus.
Yeah, and I mean, look, well played by both of these teams, but DCU just coming out so much stronger, really holding their own and winning it out in 2 games, 2 maps only. You know, they get an early night, we get an early night. I mean, look, it was 2 very interesting maps, and DCU really held their own. Maynooth were able to break through for a little bit, hold the lead, but they weren't able to keep it up. DCU just came right back and fought them once again, and just brought it out with a very fair scoreline, I would say, for that second map. So strong showing from DCU. They are going to be one of your LAN finalists for next week at the RDS for Gamerfest on the 23rd at 10:30. So be sure to check that out as well for next week if you're looking forward to that LAN.
Yeah, and so far it has been, an exciting time. I don't know if the other game has finished. I think it might have. But I'm
Let
not
us
sure.
check.
Quickly get to check so we can, see what everyone has come up to. Because I do see the stream has ended, but I haven't been keeping track of who was actually ahead there. I do think it might have
The
been UCD.
Yes, UCD did win out the first map, which
And I assume it
was
was
Haven.
2-0. I do assume it was
It
2-0
was-
given that the stream is over.
Yes, I believe that is the case. We don't have the score for the second game. But yes, they played Haven for the first map and then Ascent for the second map. Haven was TCD's pick, so UCD win that out. So I'm guessing Ascent they also win that out, which means, from what we are guessing, UCD and TUD. DCU, apologies. Oh my goodness.
DCU and UCD. The
DCU,
teams
yes.
are going to be facing off at Gamerfest, which is really, really exciting. The Dublin face-off. Well, I think no matter whoever won the other game, it was going to be a Dublin face-off anyways. But it's always fun to see two great teams to be playing off here for the Valorant one. But for now, I think, we're done with our semifinals for this evening. We will be back tomorrow with more of the same semifinals setting up for the LAN finals. I think tomorrow will be Rocket League, same time, same place. I think we'll have 2 streams once again. Similarly on Wednesday for Counter-Strike 2 and on Thursday for League of Legends. So it is going to be an action-packed week, setting ourselves up for what is going to be a fantastic Gamer Fest. Be sure to get your tickets at gamerfest.ie where you can, make your way. Would love to see as many faces as we can. Once again, also thank you to our sponsors at Red Bull. They're a partner of Collegiate Series since last year. And it's great that they're able to help us get this, great streams to you guys because we've seen some fantastic matches. Taking a big sip.
Oh yeah. Getting me through these wonderful games that we have seen.
Nearly midnight and he's drinking a Red Bull.
I mean, look, if we were going for another map, I might have had to pop another one, but there's no need for that yet. And since we've brought it to a close, I think we can close up. And as you said, thank you to our sponsors. Thank you also to our the people working behind the scenes. Thank you to Heltic and Mr. Foxy for bringing you guys this stream. We're only here talking what we want, really. So
that's all I do.
Yeah, we do have to work only.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. So excited to see more, as always. But we will. Well, I won't. I don't know if Orbaga might be on production tomorrow. I won't catch you tomorrow, but
I will be producing that stream tomorrow for Rocket League. Yes.
But we will see you for Rocket League tomorrow here on Ireland Collegiate as well as Natives. GG. But for now, have a good night, and we hope to see you there.
Ireland's biggest gaming event returns to the RDS Dublin. Join us at Gamerfest this May 23rd and 24th for an epic weekend of gaming action. Play the latest games, step into the driver's seat with cutting-edge racing sims, build your world in Minecraft, and drop into the action with Fortnite. Connect with the Irish gaming community and share the moment with creators and special guests. Compete at the highest level by taking your shot in esports tournaments all weekend long, including the Minecraft Build Challenge. Discover unique finds in the Gamerfest marketplace, explore Artist Alley, and experience the creativity powering the community. Bring gaming to life at Gamerfest this May 23rd and 24th at the RDS Dublin. Get your tickets now at gamerfest.ie.